What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back for another unboxing and review video. Today's video, I'm pretty excited about this figure. It's the brand new Marvel Legends Silver Surfer. Let's open this thing up and check it out. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about Silver Surfer. This figure here, was really excited when I first saw this thing getting released. But number one, because of the paint. The paint was the thing that I just gravitated towards. I just thought it was so awesome looking. I actually broke out my other Silver Surfer figure right here, which, don't get me wrong, it's the same figure. I can already tell you it's the same figure. It's just been repainted. This figure looks good, but I think this one's going to look better. So I had to break this one out so we could do a little bit of comparison, but we'll do that in a little bit. But first and foremost, there's the box right there. I mean, looks good. Got the old Thor's hammer. There's the side. We got some little box art, and I love this artwork right here. That is so cool looking. Side piece, boom, boom, boom. But enough of that. We're going to get this thing out of the box. Get it out of the box. But yeah, the Silver Surfer, I actually think it's a pretty cool character. You know, I'm not a huge Silver Surfer fan per se, but I do appreciate the character. It's just, I don't know. I just sort of dig him in a way. All right, let's get this thing. Let's just, you know what? Let's just get it open. I'm trying to be all, you know, sensitive to the box. This thing ain't staying in the box. It's coming out of the box. But I will say this: don't completely destroy the box, because right here. Let's see if we can get this thing separated. Right here, you got a nice little backdrop you could use. I mean, yeah, so I would highly recommend, you know, at least keep this part. All right, so we have two clamshells. We actually have the figure in this clamshell and his surfboard's in the other one, so that's pretty cool. But I'll tell you what, let me get it out of the clamshell and we will take a closer look at Silver Surfer, and then we'll do a comparison with the previous one. So I'll be right back. All right, got him out of the clamshell, and I can tell you this, I can already see something that I think is actually really pretty cool. I do not think it's an optical illusion, but it is cool. But let's talk about his actual effects and accessories. First thing he actually comes with a pair of fisted hands, which I think every figure should have fisted hands. I truly believe that. It's okay to have gripping hands and weapon holding hands, but fisted hands, this is something I think we all can agree on is a huge plus when it comes to posing action figures. Just saying. He also comes with some really cool effects here. Flame, energy. They're not really flame. I mean, they look like flames, but I'm thinking more of an energy type effect. And the neat thing about this is actually it fits inside the fisted hand. So that's a neat little touch. So you don't have to, if you have the fisted hands on, you don't have to take it off, slide it over, and it's loose. So I probably will definitely pose him up with this just to see how this works. And probably one of the coolest accessories, we have Thor's hammer right here, and this thing is awesome. I mean, the detail on this thing and the writing on it is just sharp as a tack. I'm telling you, it's amazing how they have this so small but yet legible. I mean, legitimately legible right there. So that's a nice little nice touch right there. I totally dig this. The paint, I mean, everything on this hammer is like spot on. I mean, it's not textured, but you have that look, you know, of metal. The hand guard, everything just looks great. Mine appears to be a little crooked on the handle right here. It looks like it's coming back this way, but that's nothing crazy. I mean, we can, right there, it's straight now. I'm not a big fan of this plastic strap. It may just sort of hinder it a little bit if you try to loop it around the arm, but if you let it hang loose, I don't think it necessarily looks like it's loose, but it's nitpicking. That's all I'm doing right now. The surfboard, I dig this. This detail right here, I think is awesome. This detail, I don't think is awesome. I wish this line right here would have carried over. We have these little dots, and it's plain, and it's just, again, I'm nitpicking right now. That's all I'm doing. But I just think if this layout would have carried over to the backside, leave this edge. The edge is fine. I don't mind that. But just give us this detail, this line detail on this side. I think it would have made the surfboard better. And again, this is my opinion. But the color on it looks good. I love this graphite, gunmetal vibe that's going on with this paint scheme. It's just wicked cool. As far as the figure itself, there we go. And again, this is just a repaint. I mean, that's literally all it is. Well, wait. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just noticed something. So there is a difference right off the bat. Wow. He has a peg hole right here. This one don't. That's interesting. That is very interesting. What is the peg hole for? And why is there a peg hole? Because, you know, the hammer doesn't peg in, the surfboard doesn't peg in. That's an interesting comparison right there. Peg hole, no peg hole. So my thoughts, as this being the same exact figure as this, are sort of not factual. I mean, it looks the same. Here's the thing I'm noticing. If you look in between the muscles right here, you can see an indentation that looks like where a peg hole would have went. And it's pretty much in the same spot. So, yeah, I'm a little confused here. Because I legitimately thought this was a full repaint. But anyway, interesting. Let me know in the comments. But I expect the same kind of articulation. But here's the figure itself. We got a good head up. Really good head up articulation. Head down is phenomenal. Let's see. There is no side to side. None. Does rotate side to side, but he does not tilt side to side. For the shoulders, we do have this really cool shoulder pivot joint, and it's really neat. This cutout right here, and it's also cut out in the back, but as you can see, the muscle tone really translates good on that. Let's see what kind of... It does limit the shoulder articulation going up because of this slant, but its symmetry looks great. So he stops right there as far as his articulation up. However, his arm will rotate. It rotates really well, like forward and back. I mean, check that out. And it goes back a lot. So that's a nice touch. We do have a bicep swivel. Let's check out the elbows. Right there's about it on the elbows. The forearm actually touches the bicep, so that's pretty much it, which, again, that is not that big of a deal. We can actually articulate him like that. Looks great. Let's throw his hands back a little bit. Let's check out the abs. We should have a really good lower back and ab. Great ab crunch. That is awesome. It got a little ratchet to it. Listen. Does the other one? Okay, it does. So we do have some similarities here, but he looks up really good and down. So it's a great articulating figure. As far as his hips goes, let's check that out. They should be really, really good. Again, can't beat that. Great articulation. We do have a thigh swivel, and we should get a relatively good knee bend. Amazing. Awesome articulated figure. And we have a great pivot on the foot and the ankle. And we do have a side to side. So, yeah, nothing wrong with it. I'm going to throw a question out there. So we've already discovered that for the most part, the figure is the same, except for the peg hole. Is this the Spider-Man body? Could this be a Spider-Man body repainted on either one of these? Let me know in the comments what you think. I mean, it has the sort of the same feel and look of a Spider-Man, just not painted as Spider-Man. Interesting. The one thing that I did notice comparing right off the bat, and this has to do with the paint scheme, is the eyes. On this one's eyes, you can actually see the white, which is nice. On this one, it sort of gets lost in the silver. So, nice touch. So, but I tell you what, guys, I'm going to get Silver Surfer posed up, and we'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts on the Silver Surfer. All right, we're back. Got the new Silver Surfer posed up on his board. It's got Thor's hammer. Added one of the little energy effects to him. I will say this, the energy effects are not as easy to get into the fisted hand as I thought they would be. It took a little bit of manipulation. But as you can see between the two figures, I personally like the new Silver Surfer better because of the more of a gunmetal graphite paint scheme. He's not, just pure silver. We did discover there's differences. On the back of the new one, we have a peg hole. On the old one, there is no peg hole. One of the things also I noticed is on the previous Silver Surfer, you see he has the hands that are open like this. I wish the new one had those because there's a certain pose on, and I tried to sort of recreate it from the box, and I'll show you, is like this pose here, but you notice he has the hand that's sort of open like this, just like it's on the previous one. So I'm not 100% sure why, but overall I'm happy with the hands. We do have the actual, it's a trigger hand, but it works for the holding the hammer, which is cool. But this is a cool figure. It's really, really nice. I can't really find a lot of fault with it. I think the paint is great. The surfboard underneath that I pointed out, I think that should have had those lines carried, a little bit more of a finished look underneath. I thought that would make a nicer touch. But it's great articulation. But if I had to choose between the two, I personally like the new one over the previous one here. That's just my personal opinion, but, to each his own. Some folks may not like the new one, and I'm curious about your guys' opinions when it comes to this. Which one do you prefer? The previous that is Silver Surfer, or the one that is more of a graphite gunmetal gray Silver Surfer? Which one do you like, or which one do you prefer? But for me, I like the new one better. I think the paint looks a little bit better. This one actually sort of gets lost in translation because it is so much silver. with the darker tones, light hits it and lightens it up and makes it look really cool, but that's from a photography point of view. But yeah, I dig it. I'm glad I was able to pick it up. I actually was very fortunate to actually pick up another one, because I thought this was another figure that actually looked good in box. So I actually wanted one to keep in box to possibly display, and one I could actually take out and photograph. But guys, that's going to do it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoy making these review videos because these are just my opinions, but as a collector, as a photographer, I want to give you my thoughts on a figure and what draws me towards it. And I don't get every figure, so I'm not a completionist, but definitely leave me a like and a comment if you really like this video. Also, if you're new to my channel, join the movement. And the movement is 21K in 2021. That's my goal for this year, is to get 21,000 subscribers, and I think we can do it with your help. And finally, I need you to always remember, toys refreshes your soul, and I'll see you next time.